Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic. This woman's about to walk into me, ruining the shot completely. Start as we mean to go on. Cheers for that, love. Yes, we are here down at Portsmouth where we're going to be operating a Class 444 Southwest train service in the direction of London Waterloo. Today driving as far as Guildford where we're going to couple up to another 5 carriages of train. We've got an absolutely stunning First Great Western Class 158 arriving there on the adjacent platform. Yes, this is set in 2012. Southwest trains in their heyday. Plenty of couple of units there. Look, we've got another 455 next door. Both 5-car sets, I mean, aren't they stunning? I really do miss this livery down south. It was just such a good livery. Stagecoach ruling the roost there, such a bright, vibrant livery. Of course, you'd see the same, the blue on the 450s and the red on the likes of the 455s, isn't it? Yeah, that wore the red. Yeah, it's such a shame, really, that it's a bit more of a drab grey livery now, isn't it? But yeah, we'll yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Times change, things move on. Who knows? The next livery after that might be bright and colourful and cheery. You just don't know. But yeah, we're about ready for departure. We're operating the 7:45 service, Portsmouth Harbour to London Waterloo, 1 Golf 22. Hello driver, a thick spring mist clings to the Solent as you take charge of 1 Golf 22, the 0745 Portsmouth Harbour to London Waterloo, working as far as Guildford. It's an early April morning with damp rails and low visibility, so stay alert, especially through the wooded sections and curves where adhesion may be patchy and signals can appear late in the murk. Before departure, ensure that the destination is correctly set to London Waterloo. Check. Ensure that release the doors. Yep, we've done that. We're about to get the buzz off the guard. Once underway, work through the calling pattern of Portsmouth and Southsea, Fratton, Havant, Petersfield, Hazelmere and Guildford. The network is still waking up. Hang on, there we go. I've not done the doodah again, the acknowledging the config. Off we go. Full steam ahead. Beautiful. I always forget you have to acknowledge the config on these things. Yes, the network is still waking up. Traffic is light this far from the capital, but timings remain tight and the morning peak will build as you head north. So maintain a good pace where conditions allow. We will be attaching to another unit at Guildford before handing over. Enjoy. This is a MrDreamliner scenario. He has never let me down. I've had lots of really good scenarios on this channel off MrDreamliner. There is a link in the video description if you want to go check that out on the Alan Thompson Sim website. So yes, it's all good really, isn't it? I mean, look at that. It's so good. I've re-downloaded the enhancement pack for the 450 and the 444, ensuring that we have all the latest updates. My only problem with this is I feel like we're sat a little bit close. You know, we've got us headrest on the chair there. We don't seem to have a lot of, compared to the 350 where you seem to be sat a bit further back. I don't know if it's me that's just imagining that, but yeah, we do seem quite close, don't we? I mean, if I go into the camera options there and just put it on default, which is how I like to drive, yeah, we do feel a bit close, but it's not the end of the world, is it? Right, up to 20 miles an hour. I mean, we're never gonna be breaking any sort of land speed records between here and Portsmouth and Southsea. But yeah, it's a little plod, isn't it, down here? We've got a Southwest Trains Class 158 coming the other way, 2-car. Beautiful stuff, look at that. Really lovely livery there. I mean, the whole, like, this livery is just nice, isn't it? Look at it. Just lovely. Really lovely. It's a nice thing. Right, full steam ahead. Go. Up to 40 and back down to 15. Do you reckon we'll do it? I don't think we will, personally, but yeah, we'll give it a go. Might get to, what, 30? There we go, right, bit of braking. On a double yellow. There we go, coming into Portsmouth and Southsea here. I always sort of imagined this to be a bit like Manchester Piccadilly. You know, you've got your Portsmouth and Southsea Bay platforms just on the left here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not got 14 platforms. It's very much Manchester Piccadilly on a smaller scale. But then you've got your two little through roads with lots of stuff coming through towards Portsmouth Harbour. You know, I know it's not quite as congested as Piccadilly, but yeah, it always just sort of reminds me a little bit. You know, and the platforms are sort of weirdly curved. It's almost like someone down in Portsmouth in the when they were building the railway said, yes, we'd like a bit of, yeah, all that in Manchester, you know, the most congested corridor. Let's have us a little bit of that. Now, I'm going to stop just at the end of this canopy. I don't know where the board is. It makes it very difficult to see in a 444, isn't it? I think, is that it there? Into 85, neutral, doors open. Ooh. I mean, you know what? To be fair, I'll take that. That's not the end of the world. Got another 444 coming past there. Where are you going? I mean, like we need ask, it's Portsmouth Harbour, isn't it? South Western Railway on the side there, not South West Trains. That's probably a limitation of... there you go. So that is an empty stock, Fratton to Portsmouth Harbour. Probably forming a service to London behind us. Single yellow on the cards there. We've got a lovely 8-car 450 going on there. Have we got anything else in the station here? No. No, that's... I mean, look at that. Just... I love the Dezeros. I love the Siemens Dezeros. When they were new, you think about like the 450 in that blue, the 444 in the white here, you've got the 350s in Silverlink and London Midland. Such a bright, vibrant range of colours. Of course, don't forget as well, you've got the 185s in the first dynamic lines. The Dezero trends have always had really bright colours. I think that's probably one of the reasons I like them so much. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I like the Zeros because they're just brilliant trains. I mean, I've worked the Zeros for a number of years now. Including the Electrostars. I mean, I've not worked Electrostars, but another family of trains I really, really do like. We've got a 377/4 there, no pantograph for Southern Rail. Yeah, I've had the pleasure of working to Zero trains. A very, very nice set of trains to work. Very, very easy. Very sort of... it's like Siemens put an awful lot of thought into both, not only the driver, but also the conductor, guard, train manager, whatever you wish to be associated by. Yeah, they really did put a lot of thought into all of that, and it's such a lovely thing. You know, in comparison to some other fleets of trains across the railway network, where it's sort of, particularly the more modern ones, the conductor can feel a bit of an afterthought. You know, just sort of, oh god, are they still here? You know, it's whereas the Siemens stuff, really, really fantastic, really good indeed. I mean, even the Class 700s are very modern. I mean, they were, what, 2014 now? Correct me if I'm wrong. Sort of that era, weren't they? Yeah, 2014. And even so, they've still got conductor panels. I don't believe a Class 700 has ever run with a conductor, but Siemens still, you know, they could be cascaded to the north, Class 700s there, and conductors could still work with them. It's a good thing. Right, preparing for departure. There's me waffling on there, although to be fair, you do come for the waffle, don't you? Come for the train, stay for the waffle. That's pretty much how it works. Full steam ahead, 15 miles an hour. Again, no land speed records there. Where's this thing going here then? Is that going to be following us? Portsmouth. There we go. Portsmouth and Southsea. I'm always intrigued, like, where those trains come from. You know, are they like the... are they the Guildford stoppers? Do they stop everywhere down here? Because we've got another Southern Rail. Is that going to Portsmouth Harbour there? Yeah, like every time you see one, it's always got Portsmouth Harbour on the front. I don't think I've ever seen a train for Portsmouth and Southsea, so it'd be very interesting. Bit of rubbish in the forefoot there. That's no good, is it? Clean up your tracks, honestly. Anybody looking out the window get a terrible opinion of Portsmouth, wouldn't they? It's very weird being down in Portsmouth because obviously I've got the City Bus Manager series going on in Portsmouth, but like I'm driving this now, I can't think of where we are. Obviously I know we've just left Portsmouth and Southsea coming up to Fratton, but like in terms of the sort of where I would be on the City Bus Manager map, I can't really visualise it. It's such a lovely train to drive. Of course, a little bit slower than the AC counterpart, the 350. They're a little bit slower off the mark, these things, of course. That's the, I'm assuming that's to do with the third rail. Coming into Fratton, you've got the depot on the right-hand side there. I always remember on the OG Class 450 that came with this route. Like, we're talking, not this particular route, but the, because this is the Portsmouth Direct Line updated, but the original Portsmouth Direct Line. So this is weird. There's no 5-car board, so you have to draw all the way down to the 6. We do sort of feel like we're a little bit far down the platform. Yeah, the original Portsmouth Direct Line, that I think, did it just go to Guildford or did it go to Woking? I forget, to be honest with you. There we go, doors are open. Yeah, there's not a lot in, is there? I think everything's playing out. We must be one of the last off the depot this morning. Yeah, you used to bring a train off here and you like pick the conductor up or something. And yeah, it'd let you move with all the doors open. It was very, very like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you'd fail the scenario. Yeah. Luckily, the more modern variants of these trains don't allow you to do that. I don't think the 444, you didn't get that originally, did you, when you got the Portsmouth Direct Line? I think, did you just get the 450? I think it was, wasn't it? You didn't get the 444, that was a separate purchase. However, they've redone the Portsmouth Direct Line. They did that a few years ago now. A more modern one that goes all the way to London Waterloo. You can drive it. I mean, if you have a look on the map here, Portsmouth and Southsea, all the way up to London Waterloo here in the north. Quite a long way. I've never actually had a scenario yet that you can drive the full amount on this. I do believe it's, because of the sheer amount of trains around London, it's very, very easy to crash the game. So, yeah, usually you do it in 2 halves, don't you? Right, just waiting for 7:55 here, our departure time from Fratton. Then we're going to continue. What's after Fratton? Is it Petersfield? No, it's Havant, my apologies. There we go. And then Petersfield, Hazelmere and Guildford. Why are we only 87% in the forward direction? No idea. Right, off we go. Yeah, I don't mind the traffic being light. It's a nice. I mean, I'm assuming it's a peak time service. It doesn't actually say there on the left there, does it? But it's not like a Sunday service or a Saturday service, is it? You know, it's a weekday service. Right, here we go, coming up to right 80. We'll just ease off there so that we can keep accelerating. There we go. Off we go again. .85 miles an hour. Let's see if we can actually get up to 85. It'd be nice to get a bit of tractive effort, wouldn't it? Next stop in what are we? 7 minutes now. Of course, this is an express service, isn't it? It's a 1 Golf head code, 1 Golf 22. So there should be a couple of stations in between that we don't stop at. We're not going to get to 85, are we? Oh, DSD going off there. We're not going to get to 85, but we'll... we might make 80, although we have to slow down for 50 again in a little bit. It's no good at all, is it? I thought we'd get some really quick running. Of course, having a look here, you can... look at that. Beautiful DeZero interior there. Lovely seats, South West Trains. I love the branding. I love the branding that you have with these. We'll sit down here at a table seat. How's that? So I'll acknowledge the AWS there for for the 50 coming up. What have we got here? Is this Hillsea? So, I mean, my knowledge of this area, I mean, I'm not a driver or a conductor slash train manager slash guard for South Western. Though people do seem to think that I will be from hang on, South West Trains. People do seem to think that I will be from next year. I'm moving down south. Quite a few people have said Joe's coming to work for South Western Railway. So that's definitely interesting. I love what people sort of piece together. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You just don't know, do you? Another 444 coming the other way. Give them a little wave. So, of course, the left-hand bend there just after Hillsea, I do believe, goes round to Southampton. You can get to Eastleigh and Southampton, not just both, and I think it forms a triangle here, so that's joining on there. You can have Southampton through to Brighton, of course. It's just after Havant where the Brighton line splits off. You'll probably see that later on in the video. One thing that I would really, really love them to do for Train Simulator, I mean, we've got the Bournemouth to Southampton main line, haven't we? It would be absolutely brilliant if they fill that little gap in between Southampton and Woking so that you could drive from London all the way through to Bournemouth and even possibly onto Weymouth, like that Bournemouth to Weymouth section. That I imagine that to be quite a pretty section of line. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you, but sort of down through Branksome, it just strikes me as a scenic route. I'm surprised they've never done it. Given that they've got the 450, they've got the 444s, you know, it strikes me as a good route to do. As well, Southampton through to Woking, it means that you'd be able to drive the full route, which would be a lovely thing, wouldn't it? It would be a lovely thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not turning my nose up at London to Portsmouth. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Maybe one day we'll do a live stream of the whole thing. It's just quite difficult getting a scenario that doesn't crash. Because, as I say, around London there is just so much AI traffic, if you want to make it realistic. You do really, really struggle to do the full journey in one go. I think there's a scenario all the way through, sort of from London, that you can do all the way down, but I think it's a two-part scenario. It has to split at either Woking or Guildford, I forget off the top of my head. There we go, we'll slow down a little bit now for the 60. Of course, we'll be slowing down for the 40. We'll be slowing down to a 0 for Havant. Go, another station here with wow, look at that, a Southern Rail Class 313. They're a thing of the past, aren't they, those things? In the Coastway livery there, Coastway branding. Of course, 2012, those things were going strong. There was not even a thought of getting rid of them, and now we look back and they're just not there, are they? It's like they never were. It's like they never were. It's a shame, really, isn't it? Really, really sort of hard-working units there. They had a very hard life. Not as hard as the Great Northern ones, the First Capital Connect ones. I'd say that they worked a lot harder in and out of London. The southern ones that sort of pootled round the coast probably had a bit of an easier life. But yeah, sadly no longer. Coming into Havant now. Again, I don't know whether we'll be stopping halfway down the platform or right at the end. We will see. Just won't put an awful amount of braking in, you know, just ease it down. Another 377 there. Southern really do operate a lot around here, don't they? I didn't realise they were as sort of prevalent around Portsmouth as they are. Yeah, there you go. You can see the 3 and the 4 car board there on the left, so we're not going to be stopping at them. We'll be pulling down towards the end of the platform, where there is actually a 5 car board here. It's a little bit weird at Fratton back there. There wasn't a 5 car board, given the fact that most of the stuff that stops there is 4 or 5 carriages. There we go. Stop, stop, stop. Lovely little from the Zero there. It's to do with the passenger doors, just as you stop the interlock system. There we go. I mean, look at that with the 377 down in the background there. Where are you going? You going to tell us? Southampton, right? Okay, so that Southampton Central one there is probably going to turn right. I'm assuming it comes from Brighton. Let's have a look. So this is the thing, we can do that, can't we? Yes, it's a 7:06 Brighton to Southampton Central service. Obviously turning right there, completely cutting off Portsmouth. That must be a... off he goes. Must be a bit of a weird thing, like, for such a big place, Portsmouth, just not been served by, you know, by a train. Right, we're just waiting again for our conductor there, 8:04 departure. Plenty of time. Mr. Dreamliner, I thought timings were tight, or am I just quite good at driving this thing? Maybe a combination of both. Maybe timings are tight. I am just brilliant at driving. You just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Right, I mean, it's 8:04, come on. What's happening now? I hope there's no problems. Could be a multitude of things, isn't it? There's lots of things for a conductor to do. The fact that we've got a green signal and cars are crossing the road, that's a bit of a worry. Right, off we go. I do believe the words you're looking for are full steam and ahead. Just give them a little toot so they know we're coming, so we don't get any more cars crossing over. And of course, I'm assuming the line off to the right hand side there, that's where you go for Brighton. And of course, even Brighton, you can go down the front, can't you? And there's the sort of the left hand bend, you can avoid Brighton altogether. Of course, you can go up through 3 bridges as well. There's it's a right little labyrinth. I'm surprised that nobody's ever sort of done that for Train Simulator. I remember back when I used to play Microsoft Train Simulator, MSTS, because yes, I am that old. There was the London and South Coast. You could drive all the way to Portsmouth. Was it Portsmouth you could drive? I think it was. And it came with a 319, a 171, a 377, all the way to Brighton on the front, and that's sort of the section that goes up towards 3 Bridges and Gatwick Airport. You could do the Brighton Avoider all the way up to London Victoria. Really, really massive route, really, when you think. Can't imagine Dovetail pumping out any sort of sized route like that nowadays. Mind you, as I say, London to Birmingham, quite a big route. London to Portsmouth, again, the one that we're driving now, very big route indeed. Would be nice. I mean, Train Sim Classic, particularly from Dovetail Games, it does the sort of development seems to have slowed down a little bit now. It's more your third-party developers that are bringing out new routes. Even when you get Train Sim Classic updates now, you used to get the 3 new routes, didn't you, every year that would come. You know, I think the last one now was it the Holyhead one, the Avanti West Coast Holyhead one. I can't remember. Yeah, it does seem that they've completely halted development really with that. You don't get a lot of new stuff from Dovetail. It's third-party developers mainly now that are doing stuff for Train Sim Classic. It's a shame, really, because I don't think that this game is dead at all. I think that this game will outlive Train Sim World, personally. I know the graphics aren't as good. There's a couple more bugs. I don't know, actually. Now I think about it, maybe there's not a couple more bugs. But yeah, with the Armstrong Powerhouse Cloud Enhancement Pack, the Weather Enhancement Pack, you know, the Tree Enhancement Pack, you really can make this game look fantastic. I mean, I'm using the, what are they called now? The shaders. It's down in the video description anyway, the Railworks Enhancer, that's it, the Railworks Enhancer shaders. I mean, it makes it look fantastic. And the fact that this is moddable, you know, you can build your own routes if you so desire. The community can do their own routes. You're not solely reliant on Dovetail Games and the problems that come with, i.e. what we've seen from the Birmingham to Crewe route. Now that's no, I mean, I've seen a video that's sort of cleared up the things behind that. That route was originally made for Train Sim World 5. And Dovetail Games have had it since Trains in World 5, but because they're quite slow in getting the routes published, of course it's come out for Trains in World 6 now. Apparently it was absolutely fine when it launched for Trains in World 5, or when they sent it to Dovetail, but because they've messed about, this is why all the problems are here. And it's such a shame, isn't it? Because I still believe that Trains in World has a lot of potential, but it seems like they're just... yeah, it just strikes me as mismanagement. You know, bugs aren't being fixed as quickly as they should be. There's just a lot of problems with it. I don't want it to turn into a rant about Trains in World, but this game is just infinitely better. Oh, hang on, there we go. I thought we had a yellow, but the train must have cleared the section in front. So I do believe that station we've just passed through there, Rowland's Castle. The only station between Havant and Petersfield, so it must be Rowland's Castle. Unless they built a new one. Yeah, it has to be said, I do much prefer working the express trains down here, rather than the stopping services. The fact that we've slowed down now. Oh. Now we've got another 60 coming along. Yeah, it's certainly a lot more of a quicker route, isn't it, after Woking? This bit down to Portsmouth, not particularly fast at all, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, 75, it's a decent speed, but it's not, you know, I don't think we get up to 100 at any point on today's journey. Another green signal, that'll do nicely. I think we'll just take it to 60 and stay there, shall we? We may as well. Go. And they seem to be green, all the signals. I mean, you can see the green round the corner there. Must be a bright signal if you can see it through all this fog. I have to have my sunglasses on when we go past it. Burning my retinas. Keep it at 60. Yeah, quite a plod really. You'd sort of think that this might have been upgraded over the years. You know, I imagine you could probably do 75. It's a straight bit of track, isn't it? I'm sure there's reasoning for the fact it is 60. Probably the fact this tunnel looks a little bit close, doesn't it? There's not a lot of clearance. I said tunnel, it's a bridge. Particularly that little bit stuck out there that is actually... oh, for goodness sake. That bit there that is actually in the side of the train. I did think it looked a bit close as I was approaching it. I've no fiberglass round roof now. Mind you, we're probably not the first train of the day, so hopefully it won't be me that'd clip it. I mean, in real life, you'd like to think that that would never have happened. There we go. We're going to have a little bit of power because we've got the, of course, we've got the incline here. 1 in 109. So they are rolling hills along this route, aren't they? It's very interesting to drive. It's not just flat. Just ease off a little bit. I don't want to be speeding. Bit more. Flipping heck, it's gone to 1 in 80. Right, we'll power up to 100% then. Look at that, just about holding it at 60. Goes to show, doesn't it? I'm in electric traction here. Even then, struggling to get up the hill. It's a good job it's no steeper, isn't it? Right, a little bit of braking for the 40. That was me whinging about the 60 miles an hour there. Saying it was slow, but no, we've got a 40 mile an hour tunnel coming up. Maybe there's residents that live on top of the tunnel. They don't like the vibrations. Maybe it sets his wife off. You just don't know, do you? They've, yeah, no fast trains through here, please. It vibrates the crockery in the kitchen. I'm sure there'll be a logical reasoning for it. There we go. Obviously, we're coming into a downhill gradient here. So we don't really want to be accelerating, not until we get to the 70 anyway. Right, 2.5 miles, or 2 3/4 miles. Oof, 450. Hello, colleague. Portsmouth Harbour on the front there. I don't know if you caught that. Right, off we go. A little whistle for the whistle board there. Full steam ahead down into Petersfield. Perhaps if it's downhill, we might even get to 85. No. Probably not, given we have to drop back down to 80 again. But we can give it a damn good go, can't we? Come on, down to 80. We'll get to 80, I think, maybe. Or we have to start braking for Petersfield. Sure we don't drop the DSD, that won't be good. We won't be getting to 80 with that. We'll be in for tea and biscuits with management. And a slap on the wrist. Do you know, I don't even know if we're going to get to 80. Of course, I don't want to compromise the safety of the train by trying to do anything silly. It would be nice to get to 80 though, wouldn't it? Tell you what, at the signal. There we go, 78, and he bottled it. He bottled it, people. I know. Don't want to be overshooting the platform though, do I? These things are pretty good at stopping, to be fair. We should be fine. There we go, just levelling out. And dare I even say going uphill. Just to further help us reduce the speed there. Go, coming into Petersfield quite fast actually, 40 miles an hour. If we can just take that down a little bit. You're not on a 12 car 387 now, Joe. You just hit the platforms a little bit slower. Now, are we going down towards the end of the platform again, or do we have a stop board? We've got a 4 and an 8 car stop board on the left here. So I imagine, given that we're 5 carriages, we'll plonk ourselves in that. How's that? Don't think we quite need to go down to the 10 and the 12, do we? Though I imagine in times gone by, there'll be drivers on the little 5 carriages that'll have thought they were on a 10 car. They'll stop down at the 10 car board. No harm done, really, is it? It's when you do the other way and have a 10 car and stop at the 5 car board that there's a problem. And like I say, I'd 444025 were in a little bit. Oh no, to be fair, do you know what? I'll take that. Probably the driver's window should probably be there. I don't know what the ruling is. I mean, I've never been a train driver. I don't know whether is it the front of your train, is it the driver's window, or is it sort of approximate there and thereabouts? I don't really know, truth be known. If you do know, you know, maybe you are a train driver watching this thinking, good Christ, you'd be sacked in a second if you in a heartbeat if you drove like this, Joe. But no, you might be a train driver, or you know, work on the railway in a role that you'd know. Please do let me know in the comments section down below. So I've been a mere conductor, which is my job at the moment. Train guard, conductor. Yeah, I'm not. Such things are above me. They're above my pay grade. Right, here we go. Hazelmere, next stop. Full steam ahead. Fun little factoid about Joe. Petersfield Wetherspoons was the first Wetherspoons I ever went in. We were down with family. We went in Wetherspoons. I ordered a Fanta, and they sent a San Pellegrino orange, because they don't do Fanta, of course, in Wetherspoons. I was like, ugh. Yeah, first ever Wetherspoons I went in. First time I tried San Pellegrino orange juice. It wasn't a fun experience, really. I mean, anyone that likes Fanta will tell you that San Pellegrino, whilst posh and suitably middle class, is it's no substitute for Fanta, is it? It's like fizzy fresh orange juice to what was there? Was it 12-year-old maybe? I was like, what on earth is this? This is not nice. Right, yeah, another shot at getting to 85. Let's give it another go. Again, talking about fresh orange juice in Wetherspoons. You come for the train, stay for the waffle. See, I don't understand this. I'm sat here just minding my own business, and all of a sudden the printer next to me has leapt into life. I don't know about you. I have never been able to operate printers. You probably hear it. It's settled down now. It's like, why have you done that? You know, recording a video. Why would you do that to me? I don't know what it is. The manufacturers of printers must just make them deliberately difficult to operate. And you have to have a degree in astrophysics to be able to work one. We might get to 80, everybody. I mean, we're up at 75 now. I think 85's perhaps pushing it a little bit. But yeah, we may just get to 80, which is quite exciting, really, isn't it? Is it the fastest we've gone so far on this video? I don't think we've quite managed to get up to 80 before, have we? You watch, this next signal will be single yellow. We'll be throwing the anchor out. It'll be very short-lived. There we go, 80 miles an hour with a green signal. Wow, that'll do nicely. Look at that. For the first time in the video, I feel like an express service. Getting thrown about all over the place at the front here, aren't we? Look at that, nice view out the window there. Misty. I like the mist. It's a nice enhancement pack, this one. Powering along. So what would this station be then? Any guesses? I mean, it looks from the signs like it's Liss. One of the two stations between Petersfield and Hazelmere. The other one being Liphook. Right, let's get a bit of powering because it's 1 in 80. And unlike the last one, it doesn't seem to want to hold me at 80 miles an hour. We're actually slowing down. Good lord. Taunting us with an 85 mile an hour there, but you can't get to it. You watch, we'll get to the top of the hill. Downhill, but it'll drop to 60 or something like that. You thought you could do 85, Joe? You thought wrong, didn't you? Come on, green signal. God, we're still slowing down, aren't we? We're nearly down at 75. We've lost 5 miles an hour in this uphill battle. There we go. Keep going. Oh, there we go, we're just over the brow of the hill there. Come on, 85. Let's have a bit of 85. I bet this signal will be yellow. Right, slow down again. Let's see. Right, bridge there, lovely. Come on, don't be yellow. Nice green signal, look at that. Green signal. 81. Can't believe it, for God's sake. Yellow signal, excellent. So we need to treat the next signal, of course, like it is a red. I don't care, I'm getting to 85 miles an hour, I'm having it. We're doing 85, people. Hey, there we go, 85. Right, we can start slowing down for the next signal. Bit of braking here, let's have it. Let's have a bit more braking, how about that? Don't want to go flying through the flipping thing, do I? Won't exactly look good, will it? Now ideally I want to be doing about 20 miles an hour by the magnet. What is this thing coming round the corner? There's a black blob that doesn't appear to be affected by the mist. There we go. Is it a fence? That's the thing in train sim. There's always the odd object, isn't there, that's not affected by the mist. It always just stands out clear as day. Oh, it's a fence. There we go. I thought it were a train for a second, that the textures aren't loaded in. I were going to say, oh, let's not be messing about with textures not loading in. No, it's a fence. There we go. Yellow signal. You can just make that out through the trees. We'll have a bit of that. Bit of power. There we go. I'll take it nice and steady. Again, single yellow. I'll just leave it at 60%. There's no point rushing, is there? Because again, with it just being 3 aspect signal, of course, we don't have the double yellows on this section of route. We just have the yellow, red and green. Or if you're doing in order, the green, yellow and red. There you go. So, of course, whenever you're motoring along and you get a yellow signal, you have to assume your next one's red. You know, so you essentially have to, in the space of a signal block, have to stop. It's probably why the signal sections are quite long here. If you look, I mean, we can't even see another signal on the hood at the bottom. You know, so yeah, gives you plenty of time to stop. But yeah, it's much more efficient having the 4 aspect signalling, which of course includes the double yellow. Might just accelerate to 50 and call it a day. Just coast there. Lip Hook Station coming up here. Station we're not stopping at, of course, there. Little bit of rubbish in the track again. Dear me, honestly. There was me thinking that this part of the world, there'd be none of that. Right, we'll just we'll ease it down nice and steady. If it is the case of that we're following a stopping service, I'm hoping, I mean it's what, 3.6 miles to Hazelmere now, there isn't actually another station between Lip Hook and Hazelmere. So hopefully that train should get a move on, and we might be on greens again. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Alright, taking it nice and steady here. Green, right, full steam ahead. It paid off, didn't it? Taking it steady. Got a green signal. Right, back up to 85. That ain't happening. We've only got 3.5 miles to Hazelmere. This thing can't get to 85 in 3.5 miles. A satisfactory ping of the green signal there from the AWS magnet. .444 going the other way, give him a wave. Lovely 5-car unit there. One thing I really like about these things, I mean, of course, you've seen the, there you go, it's a second carriage from the front there, if I just move the view back. See, the door here is not at the end of the coach. I do believe they had a shop, or is it the universal toilet? I don't know where the shop is on this. I thought it was a shop, but no, I think that's the universal toilet. Yeah, okay, ignore me. There was a shop on these things, though, at one point. I don't know if it's further back, is it? No, I can't see it. No, I do believe that there was a shop on these. I don't think they operate them anymore, do they? I think they did away with the catering staff on South Western quite a few years ago now. Very sad, really. You think on these London Portsmouths there'd be a demand for it. Nice little shop on a long-distance service. And it's what, Portsmouth to London? It must be 3 hours. What, maybe 2 hours and a bit. I mean, what, 22:08 from London Waterloo. Just having a look now. Gets into, yeah, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, so maybe not 3 hours, but not far off. 2 hours and 20 minutes. You'd think there'd be the demand for at least a trolley going up and down, wouldn't you? I guess it's quite difficult, isn't it? Like, I mean, a trolley on these things, that's absolutely fine. 2 plus 2 seating. But I guess it must be quite difficult operating a trolley on like a 450 if they had to sub a 450 in for it with your 2 plus 3 seating. Getting a trolley up and down those things must be hard work. So maybe that's why they did it? I don't know. I don't know. Rightio, coming up to Hazelmere here, right at the top of the hill. There we go, we'll have a bit of braking. Just a little bit of 25%, we'll see how we get on. Still on greens. I wonder if that stopping service is going to disrupt us any further. Because there's quite a few stops between here and Guildford, so let's hope that they've... I mean, I don't know if there's space to pull it in at Hazelmere. Maybe there'll be 4 platforms, maybe 3 or 4 platforms. Looks to be a side in here. 444 coming the other way. Flipping out regular service, isn't it, really, when you think? Aha, here you go. There's something on the left here. Another 444. Another 450 on the stopper. I wonder where that's going then, if that's just a Guildford. Past the 4-car board there. Have to draw down to the 6 again. A little bit weird that there's no 5-car board. About there, that'll do, won't it? Now we're a little bit past, never mind. Oh, not emergency. There we go. Doors open. Beautiful. Look at that. Of course, you'll see where the... oh, lovely. So where London Waterloo... Of course, you can't really fit Waterloo on the front of one of these, can you? Oh, this is London Waterloo as well. Okie dokie. So that's going all the way to London. I'm assuming that that's a stopping service. The conductor on that one will be making an announcement. Anyone that's actually going to London, get off this one, because this is... oh, that actually left Portsmouth 15 minutes in front of us. Goes to show how much quicker the expresses are. 2 Papa 94 all the way to London. I don't know how many more times that'll stop en route. But yeah, get off this one. Go on, express for Guildford, Woking, you know, get off. And on the fast one, this will take 3 working days to get there, whereas that one you'll get there in 20 minutes. Or something like that, I imagine. Right, here we go. Doors are closing. Off we go. Right, I'm going to bang it in full power right from the off. Well, a little bit of power just to get us moving so that we don't wheel slip. And full power. Let's get to that 85. 12.5 miles to Guildford. Quite a way now between Hazelmere and Guildford, our final stop. wonder if that third platform was put in at like a later date because they were thinking, right, they keep getting stuck behind the stopping trains here. We need to put a little loop in there at Hazelmere. I'm wishing me time away. I'm looking at the bottom left-hand corner, that's why. Yeah, we're getting stuck. We need to put a loop in there and then things can overtake. Because there's no loop coming the other way. Very interesting to note there. So if you're stuck behind a stopper going southbound, you've had it. Got us back on greens now. I mean, what are they? Are these like every hour to London? Are they every half an hour fast ones? Or is there like an hourly express and a sort of half an hour later there's a semi-express? You know, what's the crack here with these? If that left 15 minutes in front of us, maybe there's an express every half hour and a stopper every every half hour. You know, so it sort of makes an every 15-minute service. I don't know. Of course, since 2012, there'll have been quite a few timetable changes, won't there? And there we go, back at 85. Look at that. We might actually get a bit of running at 85. If this signal coming up now in just under a mile is a yellow, I'm going to scream. I'm going to absolutely scream, you know. First bit of this journey, we've managed to get to some speed. Look at that. Nope. Another bit of fence there. It must be that asset. It's just not affected by the fog for some reason. Because it's the same fence, isn't it, that we passed earlier? See, look at that, we're nearly up at 86. Better not do that, we don't want to be speeding, do we? Do you know, this is a route that I haven't really paid a lot of attention to, just because the fact that I don't know it. You know, I do a lot more north of England routes, don't I, on Train Sim. It says having last time driven the Midland Main Line. But yeah, I really should pay more attention to this. I think, obviously, the Midland Main Line, there's a lot more sort of... Because these things, you know, these have been here for years and years and years and years now. What were they, the early 2000s that these things came out? There's not an awful lot of sort of variation in service down here. You know, it's either a stopping passenger or an express passenger. Or a semi-express, which is a combination of both, of course. Whereas obviously on the Midland Main Line, the East Coast, the West Coast Main Line, there's a lot more sort of variations in stuff you can do with it. So perhaps that's why I've not spent as much time on this line. But it's a nice line. It's a lovely drive. It's an interesting drive, you know. Just the fact that you have to drive a Desiro down here. You could sort of go a little bit further into the past and drive like a 411. Did they come down here? No idea, to tell you the truth. What have we got there? Is that Whitley? Flying through Whitley Station. I mean, of course, Southwestern there, just replacing the 455s. They're coming to an end, aren't they? In the coming months, maybe even coming weeks now. I don't know what the timescale is for it. I know a couple of people have mentioned a farewell tour, so Southern obviously getting rid of theirs quite a while ago now. So yeah, they've been replaced by the 701 Arterio trains, as named by First. That's the name of those. But there's no plans at the moment for the 458s, is there? The 158s and 9s, there's no plan to replace them. Let's not be having that. You know, there's no plans to replace them. The 450s and 444s, I don't know of any plans to do away with them. You know, they've got a long, bright future ahead of them down on this network, haven't they? Which is a good thing, because, like I say, they're lovely trains. They're really, really lovely trains. I know that people are probably, you know, they're all the same. You know, they're the soulless boxes, soulless people movers. But I really do like them. I like the little quirkiness of the UFO sounds. 350s as well. Double set there, look at that, going the other way. Triple set. Wow, it's a 12 car. Hanging off the back of the platform there. Long train, short platform. We're just going through Milford there, of course. Slowing down for the 60. I think the express running's finished with now, people. I hope you enjoyed it. Lasted all of what, 5-10 minutes at most? Slow down a little bit here. A little bit more for the 60. That plodding away now. Oh, we get to go back up to 70 in a little bit though, so you know, all is not lost. Mr. Dreamliner actually joining us as a Joe Plus member. It's probably because I've done that many of his flipping scenarios on this. Yeah, if you are on Discord, Mr. Dreamliner, do get in touch. You know, I'd certainly help you test these scenarios. You really do make a good scenario, it has to be said. Yeah, if you want any sort of help with testing and everything, I do love a train simulator, you know. And I mean, if you don't want help with testing, then of course I'll just test them for you when you drop them on Alan Thompson Sim. More than happy to do that. But yeah, do get in touch on the Discord if you're there. And of course, thank you for the support there. Thank you for the support indeed. Godalming station there. I don't know if that's quite how you pronounce it. Godalming. I'm going to go with Godalming. I've said it too many times now, it sounds weird. No, I really do. I'm not just saying this because I want free things from him, because of course Mr. Dreamliner's scenarios are all free. I think they're good enough to sell personally. I don't know if you've ever sold your scenarios, Mr. Dreamliner, but I really do think you'd be able to make a pack and sell them. You know, I'd happily pay that for quality scenarios. I've said the same to Magic Toad as well. You know, he makes some really good scenarios. You know, you could do a pack of 5 scenarios for like £2 or something. It's nice to make a bit of money, isn't it? You know, and I think people would happily pay that for, you know, for the good quality. Farncombe here, coming through. Perhaps you just do it for the love of, you know, the love of it. Of which case, do carry on. But no, I really do. I love to appreciate good work, and like I say, Mr. Dreamliner and Magic Toad. Adam Haig as well, doing a lot of really good scenarios. I haven't seen anything from Adam for a while now. I don't know if he's perhaps off doing other things. I know life gets in the way, doesn't it, sometimes, of your hobby. But yeah, really do go and have a look at his work. There is a link in the description there. Please do check it out. Really good scenario creator. I mean, the thing is, like Magic Toad, there are usually quite a lot of requirements with his scenarios, but that's because he does his best to make it as realistic as possible, so that you see lots of traffic, because, you know, you want it to be interesting, don't you? You know, that's, I mean, I'm very fortunate in the position that I'm in, you know, doing the YouTube. It means that I can put any profits from this towards buying the latest DLCs. I realise not everyone's in that situation, but I'm very fortunate indeed. You know, I count myself very lucky that you lot like to keep coming back and watch this. You know, me just waffling on. But no, I realise everyone's not in that position. But if you are, you know, particularly with the likes of Black Friday just gone, if you've managed to pick up some DLCs at a heavily discounted rate, it's yeah, definitely worth looking at Mr. Dreamliner's scenarios there. Alright, bit of 75, we'll slow down there. One thing about this route is showing its age a bit. The fact that the stairs there come down, sort of, there's no fence. There's no fence at all. Ooh, double yellow. Got the line coming round here. Of course, this is where the 165s, 166s, Great Western run. Of course, first Great Western at this era. They run down to Gatwick Airport. That's just joining us from the right-hand side there. And of course, the tunnel into Guildford. I'm going to call it the Guildford Tunnel. Or the Guildford South Tunnel, maybe. Is this coming the other way? Is it a 1... No, not a 166. It's a 444. I guess it's one way, isn't it, of keeping the requirements slightly low, because there's only this little bit where you might see a 166. It's, yeah. There's no point adding it in, is there, for the sake of it? Or perhaps we'll see one in Guildford, I don't know. We've got a red signal coming up here. So just take it nice and steady. Now what I'm going to do, I mean, I don't know about South Western's operating procedures, of course. I can only go off the company that I work for. But yeah, it says here to stop, pick up passengers, then bang them together with the other set, and then pick up passengers again. What I'm going to do, and it might fail me for this on Train Simulator. It may fail me for it. I might fail the scenario. I'm going to couple them, if that set's all locked up and everything, and we don't have to wait for that, I'm going to couple them together first, because this is a procedure that we put into practice at work. You couple the sets together first, because there's no point, like, while people are trying to board on a light, then you have to close the doors, and everyone panics that they've missed the train, you know, whereas in fact they haven't. So whilst all the doors are shut on both sets, it seems to make sense to couple them first and then release the doors. So I'm going to do that for a bit of realism. There we go, platform 3. I'm going to take it just up. I mean, I know we can go up to 25 here. I'm just going to take it up to 15. Because, of course, we're on the position lights there. And they're, I mean, assuming we're coupling straight away. I mean, we're not coupling to this 455, are we? Christ, something's gone wrong there if that's the case. Yeah, I'm assuming there's going to be a set on the platform, so we'll take it nice and steady. Yeah, there you go. It is a 444, not a 450. Just ease it down a little bit there. Coming in. Oh, it's one of these 455s with the funny looking carriages, look. Off the Mersey rail. Is it the 508s, 507s? I mean, they've all gone now, aren't they? They're the 777s? I can't remember what they've got on Mersey rail. Right. Oh, headlights are on. It says takeaway on the front. Why does it say takeaway on the front? I don't know. Right, there we go. We'll have a bit of power there. Stop again. Again, I don't know quite why they do this, but this is what happens at work. That, you know, they stop. Boom, together. There we go. And then we'll pop it into neutral there. Oh, can we? Is it because I've not done it 85? There we go. Into neutral. Turn the headlights off. Cab light off. Ooh, oh, cab light on. There we go. All doors open there on this service. Beautiful. Right, we'll key out. Beautiful. Put the DRA on there. I think this is pretty much all we've got to do, isn't it? Let's have a look outside. Make sure that the lights are all off. Go down the front. We'll even set up the cab for the next driver. How's that? There we go. We'll acknowledge the config up there. Double set. That's what we want. Headlights on. And then it says Epsom on the front there. What I'll do is we'll change that to... oh, hang on. There we go. London Waterloo. Just in here somewhere. There we go. I mean, there's a couple of London Waterloos on the side. Right, not Portsmouth. Come on. That's where we're going to leave it, though, for today. I'm assuming this is a fast service. So we'll leave fast service on the front there. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, to each and every single one of you there. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode of Train Sim Classic. If you did, please do let me know by clicking that like button. Oh, there you go. There is a 166 there. Beautiful. First Great Western. Lovely stuff indeed. It's just nice to see, isn't it? Yeah, do click the like button. Do make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, so that you never miss out on any future episodes. And besides that, as I say, thank you so much to each and every single one of you for watching. And hopefully I shall see you all next time. Cheerio, everybody! Goodbye for now.